Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be breaking down the extra round in my most recent karate combat fight. We fought 3 rounds, went to an extra one. I'm going to have a video breakdown for you probably tomorrow of the whole fight where I'm commentating. It'll be my first time actually watching the whole thing, and we can really get into, was an extra round needed? Because I've had some people say, yeah, it was needed, but a lot of people say, no, it wasn't. So we'll get into that in the next episode. But today we're looking at this extra round, and we're gonna be doing some diving into the scoring. I'm sure like you guys and myself, there's a bit of confusion when it comes to what is the actual scoring criteria within karate combat and what is allowed and what is not allowed. And basically in this extra round, we're gonna be comparing my damage to Screever's takedowns. And then we're gonna look at the actual rule set, what is allowed and what is not allowed. We're gonna talk about my game plan, what I was expecting this fight would bring, just so much to talk about. So let's dive right in. First off, we are going to be talking about more than just the extra round today. We're going to be also talking about fight mindset. When things do not go your way, when you don't win a fight, which you think you did, so many things. There's going to be many elements to this aside from just looking at fight footage and going, what exactly happened? But before we get to all that, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this episode, By Optimizers, and their magnesium product, which you guys know from previous episodes that I absolutely love. As we get older, or we're even younger and we're trying to take care of our body, we need to make sure that we're giving it the fuel, the recovery that it needs. And this for me is something which has been a game changer over the last couple of years, because falling asleep has always been an issue for me, falling asleep quickly. I can sit in bed and sometimes lay there for half an hour, but now I'm starting to fall asleep within 10 to 15 minutes, and magnesium helps with that. In addition, that recovery, that physical recovery, which I need when I'm putting my body through so many stressors, it has been dramatically improving. And this is the big change which I have been adding. I highly suggest you guys take a leap of faith, take my word for it, head over to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/Gabriel, link in the description down below, and use that promo code Gabriel10 to save 10%. Small investment to test out something which could potentially dramatically increase your health through recovery, meaning you can train harder, and also through recovery through more sleep, proper sleep. Hope you guys take my advice and check out this fantastic supplement. Now, the very first thing which I want to do is actually put the fight on. I want to watch this fight, this extra round with you, take some pauses, talk about a couple things. So let's just get this rolling right away. We're just going to get right into it. What I'm trying to make sure that we do here is we really examine the footage and make sure that I'm not just going, oh, what happened in my brain versus what actually happened. So we had that glove touch. Now, if you have not already watched this fight, it is a very slow, tentative fight, mostly because his strategy is to take me down. That was only the strategy, the only one that I could really see in the first 3 rounds. And when I attack, he goes for those takedowns. And if I wait, he doesn't really do much. But my brother said, wait for him to attack and counter. And that's what I'm trying to do. It slows the pace of the fight. This is like a chess match of inactivity. Who's gonna bite first? And it's not my finest fight. It's not his finest fight. Normally we are both pressure fighters. So he shoots in there, land a couple shots on my way down. He takes position. His shot misses, shot kind of glances. So the first question, I'm gonna pause it here, which we have to ask, and this is something which has not been clarified by Karate Combat well, and I need to do a deep dive in and actually ask them, look guys, what's up? Because normally in fight sports, aside from MMA, the rule is who inflicts more damage. That's the first criteria, damage. And if you're looking at a sport which involves damage as the first thing, and then points landed after that, and then aggression, and then ring control, what we have to look at is how much damage does a takedown inflict. If I was in that exchange there, he shoots in, I grab him, I land 2 or 3 shots, he takes me down, and he has one glancing blow. Who won the exchange? Well, according to Karate Combat and the discussions we've had, I've never heard anything about takedowns scoring for anything, except possibly you're gonna have some sort of ring control element. But if I land more shots than him, I should have won that exchange. That's the way that things should play out as I understand. But we need some clarification because there is a vast difference between what the announcers think sometimes, the fighters think, the refs think, the fans think. It's not 100% clear, and this is bad for the sport. So let's move on. I would say at this point, if anything, I'm winning this round, because I landed more shots. He scored the takedown, but again, we've never been told that takedowns score for anything, aside from ring control, I would assume. We've never even been told that either. Again, very tentative at a distance. Nice calf kick from him. I think I landed one of those fairly early on as well. His backwards movement is very good. Karate fighters have very good backwards movement. And this is something which I'll have to train for because they're very springy and it makes it hard to corner them. Little attack there. Big rush in. Get that little hook under the leg. Right there. I want to talk about that. So he landed nothing. Nothing of consequence there. From the angle, with his back facing way, you can't see it, but I actually threw my leg up and sort of chopped down with an axe kick, and I landed against his head with the heel. Now, depending on your angle, you might not recognize, but the only thing in that exchange, aside from the rushing takedown, which we'll talk about later, and what's allowed and what's not, but the only thing that landed was that heel coming down. We're down to the last minute almost of the round. Trying to fake, trying to get him to attack so I can counter. Boom, right there. Now look at, he does a very good job of springing back up, putting his hands up and trying to convince people that no, there was no damage there. But I can tell you, because my knuckle is still sore and it's only from that one shot, that shot hit hard. It hit him right here. And I know it hit him right here because it cut him. He got knocked down, and when he got back up, he was cut. My knuckle was sore, so that was a knockdown. Mistake, potentially on my part, because I went, look it. He has not landed anything in this round of consequence. I just knocked him down. He has to come to me now. He has to try and win this fight with damage. So now I can ease on back. This is my round. How can I lose if I don't take a decent amount of damage? That was my mindset. Could be an improper one. Let's see what happens in the last 50 seconds. He walks in. That's what we thought he would do a lot. We thought he would walk in with the high guard as he did in other fights, and I could throw a shot off his guard. Landing a couple little kicks there. He shoots in. That was a double leg. He's getting some ground and pound to the body. We're going to go through the rules after and talk about what takedowns are allowed and what are not per the website of Karate Combat. Once again, another double leg. He gets a knee on belly there. Landing some shots, nothing damaging whatsoever. And there is the end of the fight. So let's very quickly go to some messages which my brother sent me the other day. We're both very neutral, very not biased when it comes to who won fights and who didn't. I know that many people on this channel have messaged me saying, Gabriel, you won that fight. And I always go, you know what? You guys like me, you like my channel. I appreciate the love, but I cannot say that I won or lost a close fight until I've actually watched it myself. I still have not watched it, as I said, but my brother sent me a message. Again, him being a very, very neutral person. He does not tell me I won a fight if I did not, or whatever happened. He's had a couple times where we had close fights, and in the moment he's like, I don't think you won that. And then after, maybe he went back and watched it. He's like, yeah, dude, you should have won that. But this is what he sent me. He said, I just watched the last round of your fight. First takedown, he ankle picks you to get the takedown. Second takedown, double unders, push into the wall. Third takedown, single leg. Fourth takedown, double leg. As per karate combat rules, fouls, single and double leg takedowns. Also a foul, clinching, holding or grabbing, or grabbing for any reason other than immediately execute a legal technique. Inactive clinching will be split at the discretion of the referee. The legal techniques are sweeps, reaps, and throws. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. If we look at the Karate Combat website, we will see the same thing. Single and double leg takedowns, not allowed. So when we look at that last fight, or the last round there, and we go, okay, I knocked him down. I was clearly winning based on damage. He got 2 takedowns, both of which were illegal. What should the ref be doing in that moment? Now this is hard because there's a lot happening for these refs, but if somebody does an illegal takedown, should you leave them down there and let the guy have a moment to land some shots from an illegal takedown, or should you go, no, illegal takedown, stand right back up? I think it should be the latter. You should be looking at this and going, no, that wasn't legal. You cannot take the person down like that, and obviously I'm standing you right back up. In my mind, that last exchange there, where he double leg takes me, shoves me down, he's hitting, he didn't land anything of consequence, but it looks like a nice finish. One judge gave it to me, 2 judges gave it to him. If not for those last couple takedowns, 100%, there's no way they could have not given me that round. But even in watching this and knowing those last little bits, knowing that in the first exchange, I landed more shots when he took me down. In the second takedown, I landed a heel chop to the face. Then I knocked him down. We kind of had a couple even calf kicks. And then he scored 2 takedowns at the end with minimal damage. Who wins the round? I am very confused by the rule set. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Screevers because great game plan. We did not come into this fight expecting takedowns. Number one, because Karate Combat does not seem to be very big on them and there's a lot of things you're not supposed to do. But number two, because Screevers is usually a very fast-paced fighter. He moves in, he engages, we were expecting that, and he did not bring that. So I didn't train for the right style. But knowing that a lot of the techniques were illegal that she utilized for the takedowns, it's kind of like, why would I train to defend a single or double leg? But in addition, I have to learn that the edge of the pit and somebody trying to take you down is much more dangerous than having ring ropes or a cage, which you can bounce off. It's an additional element which I need to add into my training. What I am curious to hear from you guys is, upon watching that whole fight, upon seeing the actual rule set and having a moment to review it, do you think I won or lost the last round? You do not have to worry about hurting my feelings. The fight's done. It's already, the result is there. I'm not going to go back and try and dispute it because look at it is what it is. Judges, in my opinion, get it right, they get it wrong. In Karate Combat, from what I've watched, when I'm not competing and I'm completely neutral, they get it wrong a lot. A lot. Now, what does that say? Does it say that the judges are really bad, or does it say more likely that the rule set can be relatively confusing? Could be either. I've watched some fights where I just go, man, these judges are terrible. But I've also watched some fights of theirs where I go, we need some clarification on the rule set so these judges can do a better job, because we don't 100% know what's scoring, what's not. Is it takedown points? Is it not? Is it all based on taking the guy down and now scoring from here? That's the way I perceive it. We have never had one rules meeting where they go, you're going to score points for takedowns, especially illegal takedowns. So overall, I just want to know, what do you guys think? Did I win the last round or the extra round, or did I not? We will have a full commentary with me giving you my thoughts of the entire fight. That'll be coming up very soon. Like I said, it's not a super exciting fight. I apologize for that. I really do. I told Karate Combat I thought Screevers versus myself was going to be one of the best fights ever. And my game plan, I'm not going to get too much into it because I'm going to fight him again. But my game plan was much different. It was action-based. I was planning on being in there and engaging and exchanging with him, going for 3 minutes, non-stop, taking a break, back in and then back in again. I thought this was going to be an awesome fight. But when somebody's across from you and they don't want to engage and their takedowns are making life very difficult, sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches, or avoid the punches and just stand your distance, hope they come in. It wasn't a great fight. And that's always something that I want to deliver when I'm fighting. What's the plan for the future? You guys might be wondering. I don't think this sets me back too much. It was such a close fight. We're gonna have to do a rematch. Screevers will most likely be fighting for the belt against somebody he has lost to, but also defeated by the end of the year. Whoever is the winner, most likely they'll put up against me next, especially if it's Screevers, because like I said, we have to do a rematch. That fight was so close. Could have gone either way. But overall, in that extra round, I'm having a hard time seeing how I did not win based on the rule set and what you're allowed to do and what you're not, and based off damage. And my knuckle still hurt. His face will still be cut. I am out here with not a scratch on me. Interesting fight. But I will move forward. I will get a win on the next one, fight for the Karate Combat title, get that, add a belt to my shelf. That is the plan. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. Make sure you check out that link for Biooptimizers below. Get your magnesium to help increase your health. If you have not already, join the channel and get subscribed. As always, guys, train hard. I'll see you back here soon for another episode.